So, we want to start this conversation by talking about relationships and how you deal with your relationships, particularly now about romantic, woman, man, the opposite sex type of relationships. It is an interesting habitual that the body is accustomed to having someone, and it is very healthy for humans to be with people. You are trained in your society to almost not speak about the unseen realms between the two. That's sort of like something that gets sort of deciphered and projected upon and misunderstood, and so many confusions within the two beings in order for them to fully comprehend each other. And do you actually truly ever comprehend one another in those frequencies? So what we are suggesting that we are thinking about when it comes to relationships in the holistic perspective is that we are first talking about a calibration inside. There has to be a calibration inside first before you relate to the outside, so that you are very clear on what your intentions are, what energies are at play, and so that you can read the reality of the body and the other body, right? Sometimes you can experience someone, oh, but I'm feeling this from your body even, and you are saying something else. Interesting. Someone is very controlling towards their body. That's what that says. If you know how to read energy properly, you have to be in body, you have to feel. Feel the body. Feel these natural subtleties of the body and make that grow. Grow that feeling in your body. Just turn that up. Because that good feeling, are you listening? That good feeling comes when you pay attention to you and you start to reverse that the entire universe is now focused on you, because in your speck of focus is the attention of the entire universe. And when you focus that attention on yourself, then you are finally connected and anchored through your body, which means that you have finally landed and you are focused on your body. Let beings have their own experience, but you have yours clear. You can always course correct. That's the game. That's how you get better at the game. And then you can start to get better at maneuvering how you respond in certain situation. Do you trump over people? Do you lean too far back? Like, where is your balance? every single day in all of your areas, all of the areas of your life. How are they? How balanced are you in this situation and that situation and this one over here? Are you very agile? Know who you are as a being. Get to know who you are truly, how your body operates. I was wondering, how many times can we stretch this joke with this coconut and for it still to be funny? Like, how long can we do that? It's so important to get some nourishment when it's running so much energy. So just be centered in who you are and in what you are doing with your body, and develop that. Never mind everyone else. Let people deal with their own lives. You know? Like, trust that God and Gaia, they've got them. They can take care of them. Trust in that force. Even if it's good or bad, it's correcting them on some levels that they need to learn. Trust that they're in good hands. Gaia is a trusting system. She is very good at guiding with all of her magical touches. And it's also natural to care for the well-being of people around. Yes. But include yourself in that equation. That's the only way you can plug in yourself into the natural stream to have you flow through your body, your soul. That's who you actually are. Because you've been too focused everywhere else to figure out what's going on here, to read about what's going on out there, when it's all coming from in here. The whole story here comes from inside out. We can't confuse that with meddling out here and trying to fix things. We go inside and we change things inside because we see the correlation of our inside behavior with what we're seeing and feeling and sensing with the body. Right? So that we can sit down into truth of this experience with this energy just flowing through us, and we're actually anchoring the new. We keep talking about these beings think that they're one way, and that is completely fine, that nothing needs to change in order for them to change their reality. Of course, everything about them needs to change. If you are looking at reality in one way and it's producing this, whatever you're seeing, then you know that the way that you've operated your spaceship, your human body, needs to change completely. That is what the holistic perspective is. It is a complete different system that plugs your whole machinery properly in connection with Gaia, so that you finally can land here. The energy of who you are can finally land here properly. If you want to get started, you can get started for free by signing up for the 28-day consciousness shift, where we go every day for 28 days to start the foundation of this holistic perspective. At the same time, you can, if you are familiar with the concept, upgrade to another level. There are other ways to deepen in this way, to make sure that you are anchoring who you are through this holistic perspective. It is a different way of seeing reality that needs to be installed willingly, because you see that what you have created so far doesn't work. So what the F, you know? Like, that's what it's for. And if you're just a little bit off, it doesn't matter. It's truth. We're teaching you energetic truth about your human energy systems and how to be fully in alignment and what energetic truth truly is. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, to claim back your sovereignty, to fully anchor here, the way that we're meant to, then sign up for this free consciousness shift. You also have an option to book a free energy reading from us, where we scan your body during the meeting, and then that usually leads to either that we point you to very good remedies that is very specific for you, or they get created, which is what we call these gaia sessions. They are channeled remedies for the beings that are booking one of these energy reads. And so that is available also when you sign up, all the way on the bottom in the footer. You can find that link. All right, that's what we wanted to share for this one. We hope that it assisted you and calibrated you closer to the holistic perspective. That is our hope and goal with all of our content, that we are assisting you closer to who you are, where your full connection to your soul mission, your purpose, and connecting with HI is manifested. That is our hope for you and our prayer, and that you get to go one step closer every single day. And we have options for you so that you can start to reverse that trajectory of being a human, so that you correct into a more harmonious, flowing energy state. It is very healing. It can be very life transforming, some of these corrections for many. Sometimes they can even trigger. It is not a normal meditation, although it can be ingested in that way. But it is an alignment to truth, so that your system usually relaxes a lot when it hears the truth, specifically spoken about the scenario right now. Very healing. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and we are so excited that you're here. And please like, share, subscribe, and we'll talk to you again in another one. Ciao.